Now that graduation is upon us, the class of 2011 would like to take a few moments to look back on the things we have learned in the MHA program.
Lesson 1, Classroom Etiquette.
Does anybody know if Brian or Radhi are planning on coming today? Or if Linda's planning on joining us at some point, maybe halfway through the class?
If you stepped into one of our classrooms, you would know that this is a special group. We're such multitaskers. For those of us that did show up, we managed to learn a few things, but our attention was consistently being drawn elsewhere, to other priorities in our lives. These were all obviously very pressing issues that had to be attended to during class. So we would like to thank our professors for understanding that what they were teaching us was not always the most important thing in our lives.
What is your mission? Yeah.
I'm just curious. So you want us to go into the CEO's office? So
Yes.
I'm just curious. You want us to break?
Yes.
So I'm just curious. You want us to tell you the difference between mission and vision?
All right.
I'm just curious.
Today, organizations continue to build hospitals.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
They're using bricks and mortar.
Wow, that's awesome.
When they should be expanding new service lines. Someone twittering. Building things. We know that the majority of the hospitals currently are run by men and will be run by men in the future. And when we look at children's hospitals, there's no exception here.
Actually,
Men,
I
yes.
work at children's hospitals and clinics of Minneapolis in Minnesota.
Today they have apps, things like smartphones, and you can put them to your chest and know what's happening in your heart. Craigslist. Who's heard of Craigslist? It's replacing the newspaper. Only Craigslist. And when you're thinking about these things, you want to ask, exactly. You want to look at a curve and hit things here. Talk to me about market strategy. I sent out some documents and asked you to review them. What are your thoughts on market strategy? Anybody? Too many organizations today are...
Lesson 2, Managing Group Dynamics.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how mad are you at the UAB group for not winning the case?
You know, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Lesson 3, Value of Technology in a Strong Learning Environment.
Hey guys, we're gonna get into Module 8 today. So, if I can just... Is it not up there? No? Let me... I always forget how to do this. Is it not coming up? Does anybody know how to do the computer thing?
Bernil.
Bernil? Could you come? I think I have everything plugged in right, but I don't know if it's a button down here.
No, it's just...
Get something down here. Oh. Great. I guess we're set. Thanks, Brunel. You'll have to teach me how to do that sometime. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Every class I have to go up there. PhDs, they publish all these papers, they're gonna change healthcare, they can't even press a button to make something work. I don't get it.
Candidly, I think Brunel was brought forward for one key reason. It was an individual that, while probably not meeting the qualifications of a worthwhile healthcare executive, could help out with those IT needs that we might have periodically through the department as well as the entire division.
So can anybody tell me about what we talked about last week about queuing?
Yeah, Caitlin?
I think that what we talked about was queuing. Did we talk about
Yeah.
We talk about queuing.
Yeah.
And pickles? Did we talk about queuing with pickles?
We drew a diagram. Yep. Anybody else? Anybody? No? Guys, we have a quiz. Yeah, don't look at my butt now.
Oh man, I'm so glad that there's enough chairs.
I know. Things are going really well.
That's good to hear.
Oh my gosh.
Damn you.
Yeah, I don't even need a thought. That is so stupid. Now I have to sit here and I can't afford cheat chat. You're gonna bully us. What am I gonna do? You guys are not listening to me. I understand I have to stop.
If I don't get a plug in class, I'm not going to be taking notes in class. If I didn't take notes in class, I wouldn't have gotten a fellowship. If I didn't get a fellowship, I wouldn't have gotten a job. If I didn't have a job, I wouldn't have a career, and I wouldn't be able to support my family, and my life would be over, and I would be living on the street.
Lesson 4, self-reflection and resource allocation.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Corn Ferry.
Thank you.
Have a seat and we'll get started. And I was wondering if we could talk a little bit about some of your leadership experiences. Just a reminder, I'm not a doctor, I'm just a consultant.
Right. No, yeah. Yep. So what you want to talk about? I was 6, and you know, I was playing on this team. They're called Red Devils, and he put me in. I didn't score a goal. We lost. And it was just, I mean, it's something I always come back to when we talk about leadership. And I don't know. It's just so hard. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Is that?
Well, I was hoping for something a little more recent.
I mean, in high school, you know, it's just so hard. You know, in high school, I'd walk around, and girls kind of walk up to me, and they say things like, "Oh, you're really cute," you know, and they do things like, they sort of like, you know, pat me or like, you know, like that on my head. You know, I knew they didn't really like me. And they say you're cute, you know, that's not what you want to hear. You want to hear like, "Oh, you're really, you're like, good looking," or I don't know. I mean, and then what do you want to talk about? Is that?
Unfortunately, I think our time's running a little short now.
No, I don't think. It's so hard.
Well, you were more than welcome to stay for another hour, but the hourly rate is $10,000 an hour.
Oh, it's okay. Lynette's paying for it.
Lesson 5, good communication.
Do you need something?
Yeah, is Sandy here? We had questions about our finals. We're supposed
I
to have
told
them.
you a million times! The homework's not done yet! I'll get it to you tomorrow!
Okay.